let's take a moment to talk about regret. Now, I promised a while back in one of my videos that I would talk about regret. And to be honest, I have been waiting for that moment that, well, I was in the moment, and that's today. I woke up this morning like I normally do. I made my energy drink. I sat down. I was looking at my Facebook, and there was a post on Facebook from the 70th Engineer Battalion webpage that showed some photos and things that reminded me of my past. And like all of these moments, it went the exact same way. At first, I see something that sparks a good memory. There's a rush of emotions. There's happiness. There's excitement. There's a want of being back in that place again. And then quickly, that gets taken over by a missing or a longing of that moment. And then finally comes in for me that last moment where I realize all of the things that I didn't do. Now, I haven't really talked a great deal about my military career, but I'll do that for a few minutes today. I served in the military for active duty for 4.5 years. And I want to tell you guys something really personal. I was not a good soldier. I threw away my military career in so many ways. I did some amazing stuff. I was a combat engineer. I went to Iraq. I had several deployments. I fought for my country. Great. But was I a good soldier? And the answer is no, I was a horrible soldier. I didn't do any boards. I was very late to promotion. Most of the people that worked with me found me less than desirable. And I really threw away my military career. When I look back on that, I'm filled with regret. Because if the Anthony of today was to go back into those shoes, I would be a phenomenal soldier. I would have recreated all of my wrongs and I would have done all these different things right. And this is probably sounding familiar. Because we all have this, right? We can go back at every moment in our life and talk about how, well, if the me of today would just go back, I could redo all of these things. The fantasy, it's been told a million different ways. But for me, it's very real. Not just in the military, but in my high school career, in the military, following the military. You see, I tell a lot of people that I was pretty much a complete waste of space until I turned 25. But if I was to really be honest, maybe that answer is closer to 30. I don't know. I have done so much wrong in my life, and that is what I want to talk to you about today. You see, that is what I base this channel on, right? I tell you guys about all of the ways that I screwed up and all of the lessons that I've learned from my screw-ups, and to teach you how to avoid those pitfalls and to give you some tools and resources to capitalize your own life and to not make the same mistakes as me. To go back and do it over. That's the whole mission of winning at life. But I want to talk about regret because there are several ways that you can look at regret. And for years of my life, I used to succumb to this overwhelming weight of regret. And I lived in the past. And I don't know if this is starting to hit home with any of you, but you see, I wasn't living in the present. I was living in the past. I was waking up every day like I did this morning, looking at those pictures, wanting to redo them, wanting to be there, overwhelmed and weighted with regret. But there is a difference. The difference between the me of this morning and the me of 5 or 6 years ago is that guy 5 or 6 years ago would have succumbed to that weight, and that weight would have crippled him, not for minutes, not for hours, but for maybe days and weeks. And see, I would spiral into these depression, and I would let the weight of my past regret just keep me from moving forward in life. So I was living in the past. I was never going forward. And as you can imagine, you see, it's really hard to have progress. It's really hard to be successful when you can't live today. Today, you have opportunities. Today, you have choices to make. Today, you have interactions that are going to occur, and it is your choice to choose how you are going to be in those interactions. It is your decision of what you're going to do. It is your decision of the mind frame that you're going to have when you meet those engagements. If you are living in the past, you're missing all of those opportunities. You're letting depression and sorrow and this solemnness consume your life. And what it's doing is it's robbing you of your future. Today, I had those same feelings. Today, for a few moments, I spiraled in that same pool of regret. But today, I chose to say, you know what? That is the past. What is done is done. I cannot replay for one moment anything that has happened in the past. I can't go do it over again. I can't hit reset. I cannot change it. What has happened is happened. What I can change, what I can control is what happens today. Today, I chose to use that regret. Today, I chose to let that solemnness empower me to teach you how to overcome it. Empower me to change today. There are just things in life that you're going to screw up. There are things in life that you're going to get wrong. I make mistakes every single day. I'm a parent. Look, you talk about a learning curve. There is no guidebook to parenting. I make mistakes every day. Ask my wife, ask my children. But it's how I choose to deal with those mistakes. It's the fact that once that mistake is made, it's over. Now I can fix my future. If there is anyone else out there who has been like me, who has lived their life crippled with regret, guys, I wasted years of my life. We're not talking about a few moments here. We're talking about maybe a decade that I have lost to this ridiculous notion of living in the past. If this is you, if this is hitting home with you today, guys, let it go. You can't change it. You can't do it over. You've got to let it go so that you can move forward. Your future is happening right now. Today is tomorrow. If you want to impact tomorrow, you have to change today. That is why my motto is, if you want to win at life, you have to win today. You see, there is no second chances. There's only the choices that you make every single day. Make the most out of those choices, and you will begin to live a successful life. Choose to spend every day focusing and regretting something that you cannot change, something that is already done, that is completely out of your control. You will continue where you're at for a very, very, very long time. I speak from experience. You know what? I wish that I would have been a better soldier. You know, I wish I would have done better in high school. I wish that I would have not given away years of my life to succumbing to living in the past because of regret. But today is today. And today, I will use that to empower my tomorrow.